didn't fight in the war. He was a navigator on a spice freighter.
That's what your uncle told you. He didn't hold with your father's ideals. Thought he should have stayed here and not get involved.
You fought in the Clone Wars?
Yes. I was once a Jedi Knight, the same as your father.
I wish I knew him.
He was the best star pilot in the galaxy, and a cunning warrior. I understand you've become a good pilot yourself. And he was a good friend. Which reminds me, I have something here for you. Your father wanted you to have this when you were old enough, but your uncle wouldn't allow it. He feared you might follow old Obi-Wan on some damned fool idealistic crusade like your father did.
Sir, if you will not be needing me, I'll close down for a while. I don't think anything important will be happening from this point on.
Sure, go ahead. What is it?
It's your father's lightsaber. This is the weapon of a Jedi Knight. Not as clumsy or random as a blaster, but an elegant weapon for a more civilized age. For over 1,000 generations, the Jedi Knights were the guardians of peace and justice in the Old Republic, before the Dark Times, before the Empire.
How did my father die?
Your father isn't dead.
What?
No, he's alive, my boy.
Really? But my uncle told me that...
Oh, your uncle. God, what a pain in my ass he's been since I've moved here. I'm surprised, with all his negativity towards me, that he himself isn't a Sith Lord.
A Sith Lord?
A Sith Lord is the ancient enemy of the Jedi. We've been living under their rule since the end of the Clone Wars, and the birth of you and your, sister.
Wait! I have a sister?
That's right, a twin sister. Though you look more like your father, and she looks a lot like your dead mother. A lot.
Mom's dead?
Unfortunately, she is. It's quite tragic, really. Near the end of the war, your mother told your father that she was expecting the two of you. He promised to do anything to make sure that nothing bad happened to either of you or her. And in searching for guidance, he looked to the man who was in charge of the galaxy at the time, who was secretly a Sith Lord. And that same man basically planned out the Clone Wars in order to take full control of the galaxy, creating an army that would betray the Jedi and use your father's power over the Force to turn him to the dark side and become Darth Vader.
The Force?
Well, the Force is what gives a Jedi their power. Same thing for the Sith. It's an energy field created by all living things. It surrounds us and penetrates us and binds the galaxy together. You also need to have a certain amount of midichlorians in order to be worthy of the Jedi Order. But none of that doesn't really matter anymore because your father destroyed the Order. Members young and old. Like he straight up used that lightsaber of his to kill the children that we were training. Kids who weren't even half your age. All because the Emperor coerced him into believing that all of that would help keep your mother alive and give birth to you and your sister. But she died right after you two were pushed out.
Oh my God!
Well, yes, I told you it was messed up. And there I was, just holding you and your sister while the life left your mother's body. Right after I chopped your father's limbs off for trying to kill me.
So, you mean to tell me that you've known about me and my sister our whole lives, and I'm just learning about this now?
And I'm very sorry for that, Luke. Blame your uncle. He's the real reason I couldn't train you and give you all this useful information much sooner. You want some blue milk? I'm thirsty. All this storytelling dehydrates me more than this planet's 2 suns. I'm 55, by the way.
Look, it's not that I don't appreciate the honesty, Obi-Wan. I do, and I've been wanting to get off this planet forever. All I ever wanted in life was to join the flight academy, become a pilot, and fly across the galaxy. But this is huge. And now, I don't feel like that's an option for me anymore.
You're right. It isn't. Trust me, Luke. Your best option now is to learn the ways of the Force with me, as your teacher, to defeat the Empire.
Okay. This astromech droid is carrying a message.
You mean R2?
Yeah, R2. And... wait! You two have met before.
Oh, yes. Yes, we go way back. R2 here was with your mother and my master when they first met your father here on Tatooine. And you know something? I'm pretty sure your father made that protocol droid, because ever since your father came back to this planet to find your grandmother killed by the Sand People, the two have been practically inseparable when he took him back.
Oh, poor Grandma. But you said you didn't recognize R2 when you found us earlier, or at least didn't have any recollection of him. You lied!
No, that was a test. But also, it wasn't the best place to spill the beans while the Sand People were looking around. We could have died like your grandmother, but forget about that. You said something about a message.
I don't know how to replay it, but it was meant for you. Oh, I'm sorry, pal, but I still don't understand what you're saying. Hold on. Let's turn 3PO back on and he'll translate for me.
No, don't bother with him. 1 second.
Beep boop beep. Wait, I'm talking normal again. Oh, thank you, Obi-Wan. Thank you. You have no idea what hell of a life I've had dealing with that golden asshole having to speak for me all the time. Anyway, yeah, I know where she might be. We crashed here in an escape pod 2 days ago from the Tantive 4. It was being attacked by your dad, Luke, so Leia must be with him now because killing her would be the stupidest thing to do because she's Alderaan royalty and stuff. And the Empire has this planet-killing space station that they're going to use to dominate the galaxy. But I've got the plans to the station that reveals how we can destroy it. So they may have taken her there.
I see. Let's make our way to Alderaan and launch an assault/rescue. We'll need a ship.
Wait, what about my aunt and uncle? I was supposed to be back home hours ago. They're probably worried sick.
I wouldn't worry about them anymore, Luke.
What do you mean?
I sense a great disturbance in the Force. I fear that the Empire has sent its armies to pursue the droids for the information they carry, and they may have already trapped them to your family homestead. The Empire wouldn't let them live, given the circumstances.
Are you sure? Even if it's happened or not, we should at least warn them or save them. I need to know, Obi-Wan.
It may already be too late, Luke. But I can use the Force to reach out to them and detect their life sources, to know what conditions they're in. I shall now use the Force. Yep, they're dead.
What? No! How? When?
The stormtroopers must have just left the homestead. They burnt down your home and killed your aunt and uncle. There's nothing left for you there, Luke. I'm sorry.
Uncle Owen, Aunt Beru, we should at least go back and bury them.
Luke, Have you ever seen a burnt rotisserie chicken before? Like, really, really, really burnt?
Yeah. Why?
Well, put it this way. If your house is the chicken, then your aunt and uncle are the wings. If the wings were torn off, thrown aside, and completely disregarded. How does that sound?
That sounds awful.
Right. So, maybe you don't want to see them that way. And don't worry about a burial. The sandstorms blowing in next week should carry them off somewhere. At least, that's in the forecast. Either way, nature will take its course and look after them. Now, come along, Luke, R2. There's no time left to lose. The galaxy needs us. Your hot sister needs us.
No, forget it. I didn't like you much either. And I didn't like my uncle anyway.